moving on. Let's talk about Married to Medicine really quickly. Did y'all watch? Press 1 if you watched the season premiere of Married to Medicine. I don't even know what season they on. Season 10? Is it season 10? Last night. Press 1 if you watched it. Press 5 if you did not. I just want to see if y'all was tuned in or not. I don't know. Oh, Paige, watch this. See, Patterson, watch. Okay. Well, we here have a little conversation. Okay, we can have a little conversation because I was like a little intrigued. I was a little intrigued, and it wasn't even about Phaedra. Like normally, I thought that I would be watching Married to Medicine because Phaedra was on it. I'm a Real Housewives of Atlanta fan, and I thought since Phaedra was over there, and I guess they're hoping that some of the Real Housewives of Atlanta fans will migrate over there since Housewives isn't going to be on in a while. But it wasn't Phaedra that I came to see. You know who I came to see? I came to see Sweet Tea and Dr. Gregory. I did. I wanted to know what happened. I really want to see the mess. Okay. And they really gave me the mess that I was looking for. And I'm really appreciative of Sweet Tea and Dr. Gregory for giving me the mess. And now I can't wait for Quad to come and give us even more mess with the Sweet Tea and Dr. Gregory. I hope they paid Quad a pretty penny to come back and be embarrassed or embarrass the Sweet Tea. I don't know. The Sweet Tea is a mess, child. Her twin sister, her country accent, her cowboy boots, her cowboy hat, just a mess. Okay, everything about it is a mess. Her moving into Dr. G's house when it used to be Quad and Dr. G's house, a mess. Everything is just a mess. Okay, but let me go ahead. I'm a review it for a minute. Okay, so Phaedra was introduced. Okay, Phaedra walked in looking like money. She got a brand new body bought by Phaedra. Phaedra got a brand new face, brand new body. Hold on, we're gonna go to Phaedra's Instagram page for a minute because I was like, I barely recognize. Is that Phaedra? What is Phaedra? We don't know who this woman is with this blonde. Look at this. Who is this woman? Who is that? Is that Phaedra? Phaedra got a new nose, got new lips. I mean, she looked the same, but she don't look this. It's giving real Barbie-ish. Okay, Phaedra looking good, honey. She had her buns out. She had sheer stuff on. Like I'm just like Phaedra. What happened to this good Christian Southern belle? Oh, you say she's giving Married to Medicine version of Portia. She's the new Portia. I don't know. She like Phaedra and turned light skinned. It might be the makeup. She look old. Well, she looking like KKK Kim. Oh, it is giving a little Ozempic. I don't know. It might be, but I ain't mad at her. Hold on, let's see some more. This was from the part. Look at this. Who is it? Shout out to Freddie O for taking the pictures from the event. Look at Phaedra. Okay, Phaedra, Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Jackie. They they participated in one of the first scenes of the night as Phaedra took them to the opening. Was it the opening of the vault or just a party at the vault? Anyway, the vault has furs and all kind of top tier designer goods. They're saying that she was, she trying to steal Marlo's idea, but I think the vault's been there before Marlo's place. I don't even what's Marlo's place called? Le something. I found it interesting that Bravo decided to air a little clip of Phaedra from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So of course, Dr. Heavenly already throwing shade, talking about how Phaedra lies, how Phaedra don't tell the truth, but how Phaedra can read, and she's looking forward to Phaedra, and how Phaedra is real shady. And so Bravo plays the clip of Phaedra reading Kenya for the sperm donor.
And while she's sitting around running around talking about my husband, she spends her weekends peddling through sperm banks, looking through catalogs to try to find a donor. Honey, you don't know if your baby daddy will be an axe murderer or a child molester, because what you will know is that he needed $10 to get him a medium-sized pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you could have a kid. Now check that.
Now, I thought that was really shady because to this day, everybody still considers Mark her sperm donor. So just to see that and to see how it transitioned, and now it's like, oh, Married the Medicine producers, y'all are shady. Why did y'all pull that? Y'all could have pulled so many other clips of Phaedra reading so many other people, but you pulled a clip of her reading Kenya about her man depositing his sperm, ejaculating for a pizza and a beer or whatever it was. Y'all remember? But anyway, they say Phaedra is dating a cardiologist. All right. That's not true either because Phaedra has already came out and said that the man that they said she was dating, she's not dating anymore. So whoever this Dr. O is that was a cardiologist that she got on the show dating or allegedly got on the show dating, she's no longer dating, but she says she's still looking for a doctor. Heavenly was saying, if you need some dating experience, I got you. And here come Phaedra with the reads already. First scene of the show, she tells Heavenly, you've been married to the same man. You only been with one man your whole life. Why would I take dating advice from you? I was like, pew, 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 bang. Loved it. Okay. And then Heavenly couldn't do nothing but shut up. So how Heavenly gonna have Dr. Heavenly University teaching women how to get men and she only had one? We need a man, we need somebody like Candy who's had many. Okay. Anywho, I'm digressing. Then we have Simone and Cecil working on a book. Y'all know I halfway don't know these people, but I'm gonna pretend like we do. Yes, Simone, Dr. Simone and her husband Cecil working on the book because in previous seasons they had gotten into it about Cecil, having a romantic relationship with some friend or something that went too far. Like they didn't admit that he slept with her, but they admit that lines had been crossed. So I guess now they was trying to write a book about how they came back together and how they made their life better or their marriage better. And I don't know why Omarosa was on the phone. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I was watching my phone or something. But Omarosa was on FaceTime with Cecil and Simone and was telling them that maybe they should rethink writing this book because it may cause new problems in their marriage if they rehash the old issues. And they was like, yeah, that's right. That's right. So I guess they decided to put the book on hold. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch this show, but I'm gonna watch it because it seemed juicy. Okay. Toya and Eugene came over to visit Cecil and Simone. And that's what I like about this show too, because it's reminiscent of like the old housewives when all the couples would get together. Y'all remember used to be Apollo and Phaedra and Candy and Todd and Cynthia and Peter and Nene and Greg and all the men were cool and all the girls. And it was just like a big happy family. Like I feel like Married to Medicine got it right in that regard because now they got the couples coming together and the couples supporting the other couples. I thumbs up to that, okay? But I don't know how Phaedra gonna fit in with that because she ain't got no man. But I guess her and Quad, neither one of them. But anyway, I'm digressing. Um, Toya admits that she has confided in Simone about her own marital issues, but she said they doing better, which is good. Toya also brings up the fact of Dr. G being remarried. So I guess that's the introduction of Dr. G having a new planning to get remarried at the time. He's married now. And they were talking about Quad, they was like, what had happened in the marriage? It was really dark. And even Cecil said, but Dr. G is happier now. You could tell he's got a weight lifted off his shoulder. He's in a different space. We really like sweet tea for him. And it was like everything is so positive and pro Dr. G and everything. And they was talking about how when he was with, Quad, it was just demonic almost. I'm like, damn, okay. Y'all really don't like Quad, huh? But I don't know. Y'all need to tell me too. What's going on between Quad and Toya? Because they don't like each other too much, do they? Because I don't know. They don't. They seem. Yeah. Toya was spilling a lot of tea, but we're gonna get to that. Um, Heavily in her confessional, and I said it earlier, said something about Phaedra doesn't always tell the truth. And then she said the truth ain't in the bitch. And I'm like, oh, and already she don't tell the truth? How you gonna say she lying already? And I guess they had already peeped the fact that she didn't have no date, wasn't date no doctor. So I don't know. You said Quad told a bunch of lies on Toya. Oh, Dr. G wife and Toya gotta be sisters from another mister. Well, I was watching Sweet Tea's live the other day, and she said her and Toya are not related. Okay. Hey, Vel B, how you doing, friend? You said messy, messy. It's all messy. Okay. Now, a lot of this show is based on is focused on Dr. G and his new wife. Okay. So Dr. G comes over also. So now it's all the couples, right? It's Dr. G and his new wife, Sweet Tea. It's some they came over Simone and Cecil house. They there with Toya and Eugene. So all of the couples, are there and they basically happy. The men are happy in one room, the women are happy in another room, and everybody saying that Dr. G leveled up. I'm like, oh, leveled up. Oh, they still shading Quad. And Quad ain't even there yet. Okay. You said Apollo scarred poor Phaedra. Quad said Toya had people break in a Nilla house. I don't know none of them people. Toya looked more like Sweet Tea instead of her real twin. Okay. Yes, the real twin is fraternal. Anyway, Sweet Tea, Tisha. I don't know why I have to keep calling her Sweet Tea, but we gonna call her Sweet Tea because that's what they call her. And Dr. G talk about how they met and she slid into his DMs. I guess after he was going through it with Quad, he said he used to get so many DMs. Dr. G said he used to get DMs of people in the shower and stuff and showing their cootie cats and all kinds of stuff. And and I guess T was one of the many, 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 many women that slid into Dr. G's DMs. Cosborn said, unlike Atlanta, there's a lot of heavy hitters on this show. It's what Atlanta used to be with the Reeds. Oh, okay. Thank you, Cosborn. Um, yeah, so she slid into the DMs. So my thing is, when you start thinking about the dynamics of this relationship, she already looked at Dr. G as somewhat of a celebrity. Okay, she was sliding into the DMs because clearly she was a fan of the show. Because how else would she know Dr. G and he was single, right? She was in Texas, and he even said, like, she said she hit the DMs and said she would give him some children. I'm like, oh my God, like if that ain't I ain't gonna call the lady no stalker because they married now, but it just seemed a little weird. You know what I mean? She watched him at home and plotted, okay, and told him everything he wanted to hear. I'll give you the babies. I'm ready for marriage. I'm this, I'm that. So it is what it is. But I wonder why he picked her over everybody else. But anywho, but they said, they fell in love. He flew her in and he liked her in her dress and yada yada yada, and the rest is history. She just seems really young. She's in her 30s, I guess mid 30s, late 30s. And she admits that, she's happy that, he came through and he began to take care of her and pay her bills and all this stuff. And it's like, oh, okay. I mean, she ain't giving gold digger, but it's giving gold digger, right? So anyway, Dr. G and Lovely T, Lord, Sweet Tea host a hoedown at their house. T admits she is nervous about being around everybody, and that means Dr. Heavenly and everybody else. And it's funny because they were showing Dr. Heavenly talking to was it Jackie, and she was saying that the house looked better with Quad in it, and that Quad had an interior designer when she was there, which in turn, I can piggyback what I told you just the other day when Bravo aired T and Dr. G's new house and how she had hired an interior decorator, but the interior decorator wasn't as good as what Quad had hired because to me it was a little plain. It was nice, but it was just a little plain. But Quad had an interior decorator in the same house, and I guess they had to switch stuff around. So now the new mansion that Quad is in, Dr. Heavenly had posted it trying to shade, but it is what it is. Anyway, what else I got in here, child? You see, I'm fading fast because the mess was missing at this hoedown because everybody came dressed with cowboy boots and stuff on. She had a little picture area where she had a little bull for photo ops, and it is what it is. Dr. Heavenly came, Toya came, everybody came. They said Lateasha was bringing the country to ATL. That's when she introduced everybody to her twin sister, but it's not really her twin sister; it's her fraternal twin sister. Um, mm, oh, somebody asked Toya if she was going to get along with Dr. Heavenly. Like I said, I don't know what Toya's beef is with everybody, but it seems like Toya don't get along with a couple of people, Dr. Heavenly and Quad. And I guess Heavenly and Quad are tight, right? So Toya says she's changed, but she's not sure about Dr. Heavenly. Okay. So everybody comes. Jackie came along. Dr. Jackie came along and said that Curtis was in the Dominican Republic. Now, why is Dr. Jackie's husband in the Dominican Republic without her? Do you know what they be doing in the Dominican Republic? Didn't he just get caught cheating a couple of years ago? Why is he in the Dominican Republic? That's what I want to know. But she didn't tell us, and we don't know. But if they, whatever happens, happens. Um, Jackie said it felt awkward walking into a house that used to be Quad's house. And she said that, I guess they used to call it the Purple Palace. She said the Purple Palace is gone. She said she might got that snap back. Okay. They used to call Toya broke. Oh, okay. Thank y'all for letting me know. Cause I ain't back. I ain't going back and watch. I am not going to binge watch this show. I promise I'm not. um, Phaedra arrives. Okay, Phaedra comes and she shades Sweet Tea's big Texas panties because she said everything's bigger in Texas, including these panties. Because when Sweet Tea bent over, you could see her black panties, up under the white little shorts she had on. But anyway, um, but Dr. G seems very, very ecstatic to have all his friends back together. And, Cecil and all the men are out smoking cigars and everything. And again, here Cecil keeps, reiterating that Lateasha Sweet Tea is very special and that he likes the change that he sees in Dr. G. Now, Heavenly was messy, okay? When all the ladies were sitting in the room talking and, getting to know one another, Heavenly asked Sweet Tea, what did she like the most about being engaged to Dr. G? And Sweet Tea said she enjoyed having access to the money. Now, that may be true, but I think nobody told her that she should not have said this on TV because it made her look really, really bad. Like, we already know he's a doctor. We already know he had money. We already know that the reason that you like him is because he had money. But please like him for something more than that. You said Dr. G has more money than Sweet Tea. We know, but I'm just saying, but why would she say that's the reason she likes being engaged? Could it not be the way he treats her? He loves her better than any man she's ever met before. He rubs her feet. He makes her feel like a natural woman. It could be anything. Why it had to be the money? You said that was a voiceover. You don't think she said it? Oh, okay. Well, when she said that, everybody got quiet. That if it was production, it was production. And that's the big thing. Now, another thing, they started talking about Quad, and it was interesting because, Sweet Tea was like, we're not gonna make this about Quad. We understand this used to be Quad's house, you Quad's friends. I don't have nothing against Quad, but we not, her sister even had to step in and say, y'all need to stop now. But Toya being messy, since they were talking about Quad, had to ask Phaedra if she was covering Quad's DUI case. And I'm like, oh, wait, what? Because, Phaedra said she had talked to Quad recently, and she's like, oh, are you covering her DUI case? And we're like, wait a minute, Quad had a DUI? And then everybody looked at Toya, and Toya was like, yes, Quadria Webb. I think she dropped the Lunceford. And it was like, damn, they done pulled up the damn criminal records and everything. We need to know what had happened in the DUI. Now, again, what's her name? Sweet Tea was also talking about having kids and everything, but she was saying she was having problems with fibroids, which, most black women do. I told you my battle with fibroids. Fibroids has been like a constant staple in a lot of these reality shows on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Not Phaedra. Portia went through her fibroid journey. Cynthia went through her fibroid journey. So it's a lot of women, who goes through that, black women in particular. So she was talking about that and she's suffering from that and endometriosis. And so she said that Dr. G had referred him to Dr. Simone because they're best friends, and Dr. Simone had referred her to a specialist. And Dr. Heavenly got messy and started saying, why didn't you refer her to Dr. Jackie? And then Dr. Simone was like, I refer her to a specialist. And she was like, well, isn't Dr. Jackie a specialist? Aren't you a specialist? That must be something you can't handle. And so it was really messy because it's like, we understand that, Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie can both do fibroid myomectomies and all of that stuff, but maybe there are people that can do some things better. So Dr. Heavenly was real foul for trying to, put their, expertise in question. Okay. Now, before they ended, Phaedra, everybody was getting ready to go because they had been there long enough. And Phaedra, like, before we go, I need to say something. And then Heavenly said, Oh, that you did sleep with Greg? Because remember, back in the day, they said that Dr. G and Phaedra was dating before he dated Quad. So Phaedra said, no, no, no. But I don't know if she was saying no, that she didn't sleep with him, or no, that's not what she was about to bring up. And that was the cliffhanger for next week. So what did y'all think of the Married to Medicine? That's all I got. But I'm interested now in this whole Sweet Tea story. I seen a clip online of Quad coming to the engagement party. So yes, I'm like really invested right now. I want to see what happens, even though it's already happened. You said maybe she didn't, Jackie, because she told Buffy business. Oh, this is becoming a sitcom. It's giving Green Acres. What? Um, Dennis shouldn't try to check OBGYNs. That's what she said in her confessional. She need to stick with the veneers, honey. She need to stick with the veneers. So yeah, it's giving, what it's supposed to give, I guess. We ain't got nothing else to watch. Might as well watch it on on Peacock or whatever. But anyway, let me know what you think, what you thought about this weekend's this first episode of Married to Medicine, and Dr. G being on there with his new bride, and knowing that Quad gonna be on there by herself, and what's gonna happen if they're gonna bump heads, what is going to happen if they're gonna show Dr. G being controlling, because in the upcoming episodes, it looks like Dr. G don't want to have nothing to do with the planning of the wedding. It looks like, he's older than her. So it looks like he's just the person who wants to spend the money, and she can do what she want to do as long as she is obedient. So it's just interesting.